We've got a Funimation special on our hands today, guys, because all 4 of our anime today are airing over at Funimation. But are they any good, and what are they? Well, we've got The Ones Within, Are You Willing to Fall in Love with a Pervert as Long as She's a Cutie, Kochoki, and Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest. Are they any good? We'll find out in a moment, won't we? Because, as ever, this is a 2019 summer anime preview, from a different perspective. I said the other day that we can never have too many otherworld anime. Well, you know what? I lied. You can. Because yet again we're going to another world with The Ones Within, an anime about YouTubers and streamers. Then again, who'd ever want to watch anything to do with YouTubers, especially anime related? I mean, anime on YouTube is a terrible idea. I mean, who'd ever watch anything? Okay, don't turn off. Don't turn off. Carry on watching. I won't whinge about myself anymore. But yeah, The Ones Within. It's an anime about a bunch of YouTubers which are teleported to another world to take part in a game. A game where they have to get view count. This is just YouTube, isn't it? The bad guys YouTube, that's the punchline. YouTube want to do something to monopolise all their streamers, to challenge rival Twitch, and so they kidnap those YouTubers and force them to take part in a psychological horror type thing. And of course we got all our stereotypical YouTubers. You got PewDiePie, you got Markiplier. Thank God, I wouldn't be surprised if they had Stampy in here as well, playing Minecraft, doing something like that. But yeah, you got these people who play Let's Plays, do this. And alive, they don't have Stampy, they don't have Markiplier, they don't have PewDiePie, they don't even have Captain Sparkles. They have a bunch of people who clearly have a genre they play. They're characterised by that genre. You got the horror Let's Play who's actually a very scared girl. You got the escape game player who's a guy who's allergic to everything. You got a bunch of all stereotypes. But basically what we've got here is Danganronpa, but YouTubers doing tasks for an alpaca for views to escape. That's basically what we have here. It's as if somebody got a checklist of things that people find popular. So, okay, what popular right now? YouTube, check. Otherworld, check. Alpacas are cool, check. Oh, what about a horror type? What about a psychological horror? Check. There's no real innovation in this anime. It's a bunch of things we've seen before, mushed together and thrown up through an alpaca. I'm not really liking this one. I mean, it's not terrible. It's definitely not reaching the levels of Magical Senpai, but it's not watchable either. If you do fancy watching this one, like everything in this episode, you can find it on Funimation. The next anime asks a very, very important question. Hope you're paying attention, I'm only going to ask this once. But, are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie? That is a question asked by the anime Hensuki. Are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie? Yep, the anime name is the question. Yeah, that's a bit of a spoiler really, isn't it? Because our main character is a bit of a Joe Nobody, Keiki Kiryu, and is basically just a nice guy. He's not unattractive, although he obviously thinks he's a normal Joe Nobody, which he kind of is. And he's got his own harem, except he doesn't know he does, since he's the only guy in a club full of female characters. You got the busty club president, who clearly has a thing for him. You're a cute smaller girl, who clearly has a thing for him. You got the popular girl from his class, who clearly has a thing for him. And then, most freakishly, you got his little sister, who clearly has a thing for him. Anime, why? Why must you just keep producing little sisters who want to bone their big brothers? Look, I know you're catering to a certain demand there, but just because people want something doesn't mean it should happen. People vote for deadbeat politicians all the time. It doesn't mean we actually want them. Why must we keep having these little sisters wanting to fuck their big brothers? It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Just stop it, Japan. Stop it. But ignoring the incest, which you really should try and do, is Hensuki any good? Well, the girls definitely are cute. They have ticked that box right out of the ball. Because the girls are attractive, and they are unique as well. Yet they all fit their character tropes. They all fitting into a certain bucket. But in terms of what they're meant to be, they're good examples. But where does the spin come in this anime? Well, the title kind of gives it away, because all these girls apparently are perverted. They don't really seem to be perverted. They seem relatively normal girls to begin with, until we get to the end of every episode, and he sort of stumbles onto the main female character's, the club president's secret. I mean, I should rewind a bit, tell you why he stumbles into this. Because after leaving club one day, going back, locking the room, he finds a letter addressed to himself, with a little thing next to it. The letter basically confesses their love to him. Doesn't actually sign the name though. He didn't think to check the handwriting clearly. And next to the letter are a pair of pristine white panties. Panties? Yeah, he gets that response. The stereotypical stuttering pantsuit comment. I didn't tell you this one was breaking new ground, did I? It's very much stuck in the old ways. And trying to figure out whose panties there are, and also who confess to him, he stumbles on the fact that maybe our main female character likes him. And she clearly does. I mean, it's blatantly obvious. But she's worried because she's got a secret. Now, she thinks he knows what the secret is, but he has no idea. He's just trying to figure out whether or not she wrote the letter. Her secret? She really, really wants to be led around like a pet. She wants to be someone's pet. She wears a collar, and wants a lead, wants to go for walkies. Yeah, she's a pervert. A hot pervert, but a pervert. So does it matter as long as she's a cutie? Depends on your taste, really. If you're into watching a show which has a bit of promise but is a bit of a perverted show, you might want to watch this one. It's a bit fun. If you're not a fan of fan service, if you don't want all these giggling skullgirls showing their perverted side, skip it. But if you do want to watch it, you can find it on Funimation. Another well-documented trend is the fact that I'm not one for historical anime. Anything historical automatically gets a few points less from me, just by the nature of having to learn stuff. I mean, I don't like learning stuff. I'm happy sitting in my ignorance, not knowing what anything is, but living a happy life. I lie, of course, I want to learn a lot of stuff, but I don't want it forced down my throat with a dull anime about learning stuff rather than lessons. If you're going to do a historical anime, make it interesting like Golden Kamuy was. And don't include demons, because demons are an immediate turn off regardless. Historical plus demons is... So what about Kachoki? Well, it loses a few more marks straight away, because it's Kachoki, a series about Nobunaga. Okay, have you ever seen an anime about the warring states in Japan before? Have you seen an anime featuring somebody called Nobunaga? Well, good news, this one doesn't feature a Nobunaga. It features Kachoki. Nobunaga before he became Nobunaga. Young Nobunaga. And I'll tell you what, that's actually a pretty decent idea. I mean, Nobunaga's been done to death already. I mean, let's be honest, we do the same in the UK. Any kind of historical setting is always going to be some kind of Victorian era. We absolutely love Victorian era, or World War II. We love World War II, kind of ironically, but we do. Well, Japan loves warring states, so I love talking about Nobunaga. But this one isn't the usual story. It's not Nobunaga in his heyday. It's about a young Nobunaga getting to know what he's like, meeting people for the first time, growing up. And actually it's a pretty decent idea. And young Nobunaga isn't just a cookie cutter, stereotypical pretty boy. Okay, he is a pretty boy. This is very much an anime with a certain audience in mind. A certain audience which loves Warring States anime and loves pretty boys. Any guesses? But despite the obvious audience, it is actually very watchable. I found Nobunaga himself to be likeable. A bit of a lovable rogue, really, which you don't really expect from Nobunaga. I mean, he's seriously got family issues. I mean, his mother's a bitch and his father's stuck in his ways. Explains why he turns out the way he did. And his brother, Nobukatsu, needs a good punching, definitely. Although, from what I know about historical Japan, that never really changes. So if you like historical anime, give this one a try. I mean, it's a unique other alternative look at Nobunaga, which we don't normally get. But if you're not a fan of historical anime like me, I mean, I'll probably be skipping it myself as well. You can find this one, again, on Funimation. As we start with an isekai, we end with an isekai. Because we enter the world of Arifureta, from commonplace to world's strongest, an anime where not just a person, not just a guy, but his entire class get teleported to another world. Because when one person in another world is not good enough, why not make more of it in another world? I've said it once, I've said it a million times, isekai is lazy writing. But at least this one has a unique premise. Not that we really learn too much about the premise in this first episode. Because this first episode ignores the premise whatsoever, it just throws us right into the middle of a storyline. As our main character, Hajime, is being killed, basically. We don't know why, apparently he's got a weakest skill. We've got a shield here on our hands here, guys. And yeah, he's getting screwed. Not very long anime if the main character dies in the first episode. Here's hoping. But once you know it, he doesn't. And through what's not so much a story, then a series of clips of things happening, we learn what happens. Apparently, an adventure goes wrong. The class have to escape. He's trying to hold up the enemies as the others escape, because why not leave your weakest person behind? And he falls down onto the ground floor and ends up finding a miracle ring. Okay, so we've gone from shield hero to superhero origin story. Now he's lost his arm, he's almost dying, so he drinks some of his miracle spring trying to heal him, and it does heal him. His hair turns white, his eyes turn red, and he suddenly turns into Bell from Danmachi. It's probably just about as overpowered as Bell from Danmachi as well, because he's gained the abilities of Rimuru from that time he got reincarnated as a slime. He's got the ability to eat monsters and gain their powers. So now we have the shield hero transported to another world with the powers of Rimuru, looking like Bell, with a superhero origin story. And if you thought that was thrown together last minute, then the episode looks like it was as well. I mean, the animation's fine, no problems with the animation, but the storytelling is all over the place. I had a hard time following exactly what was going on at any moment. I still don't know why they teleported to another world, why he was fighting things. I don't know if we're going to get flashbacks in later episodes telling us that. For whatever reason, he's got a grudge. He's going out to kill the rest of his class, hopefully, and goddamn be it. This one left an impression on me. Sadly, it's not a good one. If you want to try it for yourself, you can find it on Funimation. Not that I'd really recommend it. Well, I was expecting there to be some bad shows today, but I wasn't expecting that one to be the worst. Hopefully things can improve later, because if they stay this way, we're in for a bad time. So join me next time as I look at 4 more new shows and tell you if they are better than this. Spoiler alert, they probably are. So thanks for watching, have a wonderful day, bye bye.